The college football early signing day period has begun. Thousands of players from around the country putting pen to paper. That includes 20 signing to the University of Arizona. The class ranks 52nd nationally and 10th in the Big 12, according to 247 Sports. 17 of the 20 players come from 3 states: Arizona, California, and Texas. Hawaii, Florida, and New Zealand also represented. And if you look at these players' bios, you'll notice many are two-sport athletes. Head coach Brent Brennan says that's one of the things he likes in players, but he's looking for more than just athleticism.
There is a baseline for us that we want to make sure that we identify, like high school football players. We are looking for smart, tough, love football, because if he doesn't love it, he's not going to love practicing every day, and he's not going to love the weight room.
One of Arizona's biggest needs is on the offensive and defensive fronts. Brennan, the first to admit that. He and his staff signed 5 O linemen and 3 D linemen today to help address that.
I felt like a lot of the teams that we played were bigger than us, and physicality being such a hallmark of who we want to be and such an important thing in the game of football, that's something that we had to aggressively address with this recruiting class, and then we will continue to aggressively address in the transfer portal.
Recruiting is all about connections. It's how the Wildcats landed JUCO defensive lineman Zach Ciulepa, whose size at 6'7", 350 pounds immediately stands out. Brennan offered tight end Kellen Ford when he was born, literally. He's close friends with Ford's parents and brought the offer letter to the hospital. Plus, defensive back DeJohn Hinton and Swade Griffin's dads both played for defensive coordinator Dwayne Aquina.
I really think that recruits choose people in the recruiting process. It's no surprise that those players' parents want their sons to play for Dwayne, which I think is a really cool thing, and that is trust.
The whole recruiting process looks a lot different than it did even 5 years ago. For one, players don't sign a national letter of intent anymore. Instead, they sign 3 different contracts for financial aid, revenue share, and NIL. Not only that, the timeline for signing day has changed.
Signing day traditionally was the end of a recruiting class, where now it really is the start, right? Yeah. So we're going to have signing day, which is today, obviously. We'll have a December portal window. We'll have another signing day in February, and then we'll have a spring portal window. So we still got a lot of work to do. This class is nowhere near done.
As Arizona football GM Gaiska Crowley said, this is just the beginning of the offseason. There are still a lot of questions surrounding this roster and the coaching staff. Brennan says he will address coaching changes tomorrow. Now, offensive coordinator Dino Babers, defensive coordinator Dwayne Aquina, and the assistant coaches were at today's National Signing Day event. The portal officially opens next Monday. Arizona will look to add more depth, but the Wildcats will also lose a few players. Here's the latest list of players planning to enter the portal. It includes running back Rayshon Speedy Luke, who redshirted this year, plus receiver A.J. Jones and offensive lineman J.T. Hand. Fake reports surfaced yesterday that quarterback Noah Fafita would enter the portal, but Fafita's dad Les quickly quelling those rumors. He said Fafita wants to stay at Arizona and was actually at the facility when that report came out. We'll continue to bring you the latest involving Arizona football's offseason on air and online at KVOA.com.